told him after Ravan, I think, so we need to, he was also telling me, I think, so I love working with him. He was saying, Kenny, we need to do 100 films. So I said, so first get me the second film, and this is the second film. 100 films will take a long time, but that's him. Aishwarya Rai, what did you ask me?
Yeah, generally because part 2 is all about the face-off. Can you just talk about the work?
Yeah, it's more not Aishwarya and me, it's more Nandini and Karthi curriculum. We are friends. Great family friends actually. I think that will be one of the many beautiful suspenses that is unraveled in the second second edition of this. And I'm looking forward to it because there is so much of emotion and so many layers within that romance itself. It's very difficult to, romance is a very difficult emotion to emote, but when you have somebody like, a character like Aditya Karikalan, wherein he's such a huge warrior, he's someone who's fearless and he just throws everything, he throws the crown, he throws everything. He says, I don't want royal, I don't want this life, I just want to go away, go for war, I just want to forget her. And his love is so strong. Finally, he's willing to do anything for her, and he becomes so vulnerable. It's almost like what I did in Ravan. It's almost the same kind of emotion, but here it was a different experience because I was a prince and a warrior and all that. And I think you will like the way Manisa has kind of knotted it up. Apart from that, there are so many other, like the romance between VT and Kundavai and what happens to Ravi Varman, and every character there is a beautiful roundup. The first part was like, I'd say, is like an introduction to all the characters. The second part is the story. And in fact, when you're sitting for dubbing, and I remember the Kannada, I had to thank him for dubbing so beautifully for me. The whole team was sitting and saying, sir, second part is the part, no sir. How are we releasing the first part separately? You should come with the second part. Second part has the juice. So I'm sure you guys will not be disappointed. It will be a beautiful experience for you.
And the second part of the question is like, in your career throughout, we've seen the body transformation or the makeovers that you've done. What keeps you going? Like, have you ever felt that I should stop all these things and make a...
No, I feel very passionate about this, and the day I think it's enough, do I need to try? I'll stop acting. For me, it's like, I just want to go out there, and there's so much to explore, so many characters. When I did Pitamagan, Pitamagan in Kannada. The thing is, when I did Pitamagan, I thought, God, I never imagined there was a character like that. You could create a character like that. It happens in the story writer's mind, in the director's mind, they created that. And I've always wanted to do a historical film, but one of the roles I always loved to do, was Aditya Karikalan, of course, Vande Thevan. I've always thought I should do that, or Karnan. So I never thought I'd get it. Now I'm doing Tangalan, which is like something I've never envisioned. So directors' minds are so fertile and they are evolving. Every generation I'm meeting is coming out with more stories. So I don't think I'll ever get tired of being passionate about cinema. And as long as you guys are there to support us and love the work we do and the perfection that we're striving for, when you like that and you encourage that, I think I can never get tired of it.
Thank you so much.
So people have really loved the way the 10th century was shown. So far we have never seen what it is to live in as a 10th century, or how our kings have been, and we don't have a visual for them. So all that was very new in the film. It was appreciated after it came in the OTT. And I think PS1 has set a very good platform for PS2. Like it has set all the correct introductions and the expectations for PS2. In fact, the PS2 trailer says all that you have to expect in the film. There are all the high points in the film, but you don't know how it's going to connect, how these are going to happen. So I think it's PS2's got a very good setup already to become a big film. And I was saying, it was not easy to remember the names. There are so many layers into the film. It's a novel. It's not a movie where there is only one arc or two arcs in the film. Every character is going through an arc. There are like 5, 6 arcs. So it's not easy to grasp if you have not read the book. But I think now we've set it up. Now they're going to do a complete recap of PS1. Which is going to be released all over on the internet even before the movie is released. And in the movie also we have a recap at the beginning. So I think we're well prepared for a very big PS2.
And one more, I'd like to add to that. I think now there's no boundaries as such. I think, like, see, for Kantara, it's a film rooted more in Bangalore than even Bangalore, right? I have friends in Bangalore who say, it's our culture, this film has to do well and I'm rooting for it. You won't believe, Kantara did so well in Tamil. Though we didn't understand the culture. It's a culture that Malayalis will find in Kannur, that area, or they will identify, Tellicherry, they will identify with Mangalorean thing, more than even Bangaloreans. So, but it's a thing that all of us love. So we celebrated Kantara. The thing is, when you have PS, something like this, which is the biggest hit ever in Tamil cinema, ever. So when you compare it to other languages, obviously the other languages won't do as well as that. It is that. Even Hindi did very well for a Tamil film. But you say, but it's not done as well as in Tamil, obviously not, because Tamil it's totally a Tamil film, like Karthi says. It's totally Tamil culture. It's about the characters. Everything is about us, and that's it.
And I would like to add something to that, saying that it did good in South India, and we believe it will do good in South India. But let us not only see the theatrical run of the movie. Now that North knows what the Chola dynasty is, North will know what kind of kings were there, and it is on OTT platform. It's going to live forever. So they are going to see it. If not in the theater, they will. This life will be shown. It will.
They will understand.
They will understand. Eventually, they will understand, and that's the effort we put into this to make this film.
My question is to Trisha.
I would have given it a second thought for sure, but I'm very open to multi-starrers. I feel in today's time and age, it's something an actor should be open to, so it's amazing. I want to actually hats off to 3 of these superstars sitting here, because I feel every hero would think twice before accepting a multi-starrer, and this was one such film where from day one, and I'm talking about much before we even started filming, Mani sir made us all feel so secure in our roles. It also helped that we have books, so each of us knew what we were doing. And even all through filming, I don't think there was any difference where any of us actually thought who has a better role, or would his or hers be more impactful. We were all so happy with the roles which we were doing, at the same time inspired and appreciated what everybody else also played. Only Mani sir can do this, and I'm sure the rest of the cast would agree with me on that.
Sir, which unfortunately did whatever it did to the world, it helped cinema in a big way, because OTT came in and helped us in finance. At the same time, the reach of cinema is rampant now. Any language you can watch a film just like that. Just go on the net and just surf and you can watch it. And I think that is what cinema is. So there's no boundaries. So I think this pan-India is I think you start, there is also this thing that you may want to reach out to a wider audience with a particular genre. But then I feel any good cinema in any language, if it has the emotion and it has the story and the substance, I think it will do well and it will be received. And I think now people have started appreciating films. The Malayalam film industry is something which is very small. But something like Mingal Murali was a rage on Netflix. It became the #1 in that period. So it reached, across the country. And likewise, our films, think about RRR. We've actually got an Oscar. It's like that. We're actually going beyond India now. So I think cinema is like love. It's universal. It will always be there.
This understanding of that scene would completely change once I go and start shooting with Mani sir. For example, there was a scene where I meet Nandini, Aishwarya in the first film. There's a dialogue where I say it with a smile. Mani sir said, don't smile. I said, sir, why sir? He said, no, I want Nandini to think that you're intelligent. So I want you to suppress your feeling and say that line like, I know what you're thinking, so don't worry, I will not do that mistake. That one thing completely changed the graph of my character. So he was always with me, helping me out. Even when I'm meeting Kundavai, he would make sure that, he's himself a prince. Vandiyadevan is a prince, but he doesn't have a kingdom. So he cannot let himself down. He will always hold himself high, even though she is the greatest empire's princess. So those are small understandings which Mani sir gave me, which changed my performance. So they had Mani sir's help throughout. And of course, action, I always enjoy doing action. And when Ravi is there, we enjoy it even more, because I'll get rest when he's fighting, and he'll take rest when I am fighting. And when I'm acting with Vikram sir, there's so much I could admire when he's doing the Crown Prince. Now we've seen Vikram sir act, we've seen how he will transform on screen, but I'm getting to see him on person, and the way Mani sir established their friendship in just one shot was also beautiful. We never get to see them being friends, but in just one shot we know they are very good friends. I think throughout I would say really Mani sir helped me out in this.
How do you keep all the promises, sir?
All the?
How do you keep all the promises?
His heart is big.
Sir, Ravi Kumar, ET News in Vikram sir, ನಿಮಗೆ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ. ಈ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪೊನ್ನಿಯಿನ್ ಸಲ್ವಾನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ 1 3 ಗಂಟೆ ಇತ್ತು. ಈ ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ 2 3 ಗಂಟೆ 50 ನಿಮಿಷ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬರೋಬ್ಬರಿ 4 ಗಂಟೆ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ತರ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಹೇಗೆ ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ ಸಿನಿಮಾ?
The part 1 is around 3 hours. So part 2 will be around 4 hours.
3
hours 15 minutes. The duration of the movie will be 3 hours 15 minutes. It's 2 hours 50 minutes. 2 hours 50 minutes.
First one 2 hours 50 minutes is it?
Yeah. Even the part 2 is he's saying that part 1 was around 2 minutes 50.
ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಇದು ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ.
கொஞ்ச நேரம் முன்னாடி இன்ஃப்ளூயன்சர்ஸ் மீட்ல அழுதாரு, ஏன்னா எங்களை விட்டு பிரிய முடியலன்னு அழுதாரு. He cried. Now he's saying there's no plus point.
Anna,
It's okay.
Anna, listen.
Your weakness is our plus point.
ஏதோ ஒரு பிளஸ் பாயிண்ட் இல்லை சார், எல்லாமே பிளஸ் பாயிண்ட் தான் சார். ஒரு பிளஸ் பாயிண்ட் இல்லை. ஏன்னா நான் கார்த்தி சொன்ன மாதிரி நான் நினைச்ச மாதிரி என்னன்னா, நான் பார்த்துருப்போம் இல்லையா, அவரோட பெர்ஃபார்மன்ஸ் பார்த்துருப்போம். நேரில் பார்க்கும்போது unconsciously you will get to learn something, and better than that, consciously you get to unlearn something. That is the best part of a multi-star, I think. You know, now you will consciously you will leave your ஒரு பேட் ஹேபிட்ஸ் விடுற மாதிரி பெர்ஃபார்மன்ஸ்ல ஏதாவது நமக்கு ஒரு தப்பு நமக்கே இருக்கிறது தெரிய வரும். அப்போ அது ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்காக இட் வில் கோ ஆஃப், இட் வில் ஃபேட் ஆஃப். அண்ட் டு இன்டராக்ட் வித் குட் மைண்ட்ஸ், குட் ஆக்டர்ஸ் இஸ் அ கிஃப்ட். யூ வில் நெவர் கெட் இட் அதர்வைஸ். ஒன்லி இன் பார்ட்டிஸ் ஆர் யூனோ அந்த மாதிரி தான் பேச வரும். அப்போ கூட வி வில் ஸ்பீக் லைக் ஏதோ சம்மந்தம் இல்லாத ஒரு டாபிக் வி வில் டாக். It doesn't matter what we spoke. We just want to spend time together. But when you act, you are so put together in one space, one creative space where you can exchange everything. That will happen only on a shooting spot. And for that particular movie, for that particular scene, it's even greater. So the knowledge, transference of knowledge is amazing. And the bond that is created through that process is unforgettable.
ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪಾತ್ರ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಜಂಜಾಟ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲೇ. ಸೊ PS1 ನಲ್ಲಿ ರಜನಿ ಸರ್ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಮಣಿ ಸರ್ ಸಿನಿಮಾಗಳಿನ ನಾಯಕನಿಗೆ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಫೇಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದಾಗಲಿ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು. ನೀವು ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಫ್ರೀಡಮ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಬಂದಾಗ?
Definitely, because எங்களுக்குள்ள ஒரு அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்டிங் இருக்கு. both of us like அவர் வந்து எப்பவுமே Mani sir is one of those rare directors வந்து நடிச்சு காட்ட மாட்டார். He will just come and he will explain, like Karthi said, so the way he says it, immediately he'll strike a chord somewhere and he'll start doing something else. So he and I don't know, I think one of the best understandings for me with a director. So once Ravanan, the thing is 10 characters. So each character, each time we do a scene, he'll say, இந்த character மாதிரி பண்ணி பாருங்க, இப்போ இவன் வந்து ரொம்ப வீக்கா பண்ணி பாருங்க, இவன் வந்து ரொம்ப ஸ்ட்ராங், இவன் வந்து ரொம்ப கோவமா. So over there we try a different character. So I practiced all that and we had an understanding, like so even here sometimes he'll come say, hey, what do you know? I said, yeah, you said to do this. No, like we'll be sometimes talking, you asked me to do this. And yes, sir, but you didn't explain properly. So he said, hey, I explained, you do it, and I thought it. So it's very nice when you talk to him, when he's a very, suddenly he's short-tempered, suddenly, but he's a genius. So I just love that little thing, that banter we have and working with him, and I think he brings out the best in any actor. And it's every actor's dream in the South or in India to work with him sometime. just an example, somebody asked whether multi-starers or whether Trisha was okay or Ravi was okay. You know, there are 14, almost every actor in the movie is a hero or a heroine or has been. Right from Babu Hamdi, Jayaram, Parthiban sir, everybody has been a hero. Rahman, everybody, Kumar, everybody is a heroine. They are working in films as heroines, but they come while in a movie with so many characters. Mainly, of course, Kalki, and you know, you want to be a part of this project. And like Ravi said, we get inspired by the other actors, but at the same time, I think we all felt, none of us felt at this time that, okay, I want this film to be a blockbuster for me. It's like we felt we are part of something really large, a larger picture. And I come to Kantara, like, see, Rishabh really touched me, that I feel in that movie, every actor would have felt, every role, I wanted to do. Likewise, all of us, and he calls us again, we'll again come and do this. That is what he did for us.
Thank you, sir. Karthi, sir. Karthi, sir. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ MCU ನ ಮಾಡಿದ ಲೋಕೇಶ್ ಸಿನಿಮಾಟಿಕ್ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸ್, ಈಗ MCU ಆಗಿದೆ ಮಣಿರತ್ನಂ ಸಿನಿಮಾಟಿಕ್ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸ್. ಆ ಥರ ಕನಸಿದೆಯಾ ಸರ್ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಸರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ? ಆಸ್ ಅಸಿಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು.
I know Mani sir is thinking of something in that zone, but I cannot tell you that.
Sorry, the ladies, they want to ask something.
Lokesh.
Figure out.
Not every day, just the idea.
Just the idea, yeah. Once we fixed it, it was funny. No. But it took 3 months to get that. We tried a small one, it wouldn't sit, and then medium, and then large. And we've used different sizes. Like for a coronation scene, Sir wanted a little more of a queen look, a princess look. And for like the romantic scenes, he wanted a shorter one. So it was very challenging. And like you said, I mean, so many people have played princesses, but this is so special to me because I loved playing dress up. It was fun, and it touched me beyond anything when I saw so many people, starting from like children to adults, posting reels to me, tagging me. I mean, I'm just wondering. I was like cribbing here and there because we were shooting. I'm like, these people just did it just because they loved the role and they wanted to like show it to me. So it's definitely one of my top 5 most favorite characters I've played. Okay, thank you. I have to say one of my top 5, no?
I thinking I want to be him. So later I got to know that's not the story. And my mother used to narrate the story to me. Then later when I was doing this, when Manisa approached me, all of us, I think we all read the book, and once you read the book, you kind of understand. It's like you envision something, like anyone. I mean, all of you will have, like let's say there are about 100 people here. If you read the story, you'll have 100 different versions of Aditya Karikal. You understand? So like that, I had a version, Manisa had a vision. And always you judge the director. His decision is final. So he had this vision, and mine kind of was in sync with that, and we worked towards that. And the difficult part was the language we speak. We didn't want to speak archaic Tamil which no one understood. At the same time, we can't speak normal Tamil, so we spoke something midway. But the idea is it was still Sen Tamil. It's not the Tamil we speak. It is proper chase Tamil. But the idea was to speak it like you would say, hi, just get here, keep it here. What are you doing? I'll meet you later. That was the way we say. It's not, hey, what are you doing? Sit down. So that was the problem I felt. I think most of the actors must have felt. Trying to be normal with that language, wearing that outfit. It's very difficult actually being a prince or a princess, wearing armor or wearing jewelry, doing your hair, and then going and performing. There is a different body language. Like there's this particular scene where I had to walk and come. I thought I did a great job. Manisa said one more. They said, can I see the monitor? I normally don't see the monitor. I saw it and I was like walking like some guy out of college. Like it was not princely at all. Then I realized, okay, I have to change my walk. So there is something there, and the director was always there to guide us through that. And I think that's how from my point of view.
Did you guys need anything else?
I'm answering your question. So for me the difficulty was, it's a 3,000 page book which is compressed into a 300 page script. So for example, Vandidevan meets Kundabai multiple times before they can speak to each other. But whereas in the movie I'm meeting her only once. But all that has been written so far in the book has to be transpired in that one meeting. So unless you read the book and take in all that Vandiyadevan carries all through. You cannot represent the right Vandiyadevan. So I had to go back to the book and not just stick to the script. I had to go back and read the scene from the book once and again on the script and then come to the scene. So Mani said the first thing, if I raise my voice, he would say, did you read the book or the script? He would say. He said, stop reading the book. You have to stick to the script. So then, since my character is the only person who's traveling through the kingdom and is meeting everybody else, I somehow felt I had to understand a common man's point of view in 10th century. There are no accounts of common lives anywhere in the history. So I had to read travelogues. I had to read Silappadigaram where there are accounts of common man's lives. For example, there is one reference where Kovalan and Kannagi, if you read the book, Kovalan and Kannagi, they go from Kumbhar to Madurai in search of a livelihood. And they're crossing a river. Just before they cross the river, there is an account, because it's written in 4th century, there is an account where they say people stand and pray to the river before they cross it. Because the river was a life source for everybody. And that one thing stuck to my mind, and when we were shooting the song, I told this to Mani sir and he made me do that. So there are a lot of references from history and poetry also to prepare for this character. That's my effort. I don't know how successful I was in bringing it on screen, but I did read through a lot of it.
Never been to theatres for almost 20 years or 30 years. They came in wheelchairs and were carried into the theatre. They were the ones. And you see if you just check on YouTube, see any of the reviews or reactions, it's all the younger generation who's saying, superb, we love this is the kind of thing, history and blah blah. I don't think they'll go to a history class. But they definitely went to the theatre and Manisha made sure that with the popcorn and the coke, they also had a very good film to watch. And they learned their history.
And in fact, there's so many tours organized in Tamil Nadu where there's an entire journey from Chennai to all the way to where are they?
From Bangalore.
There's so many bikers
from
came and just explored the path to see where this story happened. Now, people have been exploring it. There are so many historical tours happening now, and people are very, very interested to know more about the history. See, this film is only a fiction based on history, but this has created so much interest around the history of the entire India, I would say. People have started taking more interest in history because so much of history we don't know. We don't read about it, but there is fascinating information there.
Hey, Vikram sir. So, few Kannada actors also associated with this movie, like Prakash, Kishore and Aishwarya. Can you throw a few words on them?
Jayam. He's a good friend of all of us. He's a great actor to work with always, and I think his character, I love the scenes with him and Trisha. I think he's already done Gilly with you as well, that he was there. There's another one where he's a father, no? No, but as a father, maybe, yeah. But in this, I felt the relationship between you and him was very different because he's ailing, he's not well, and she's someone who's like a son in their relationship. Regarding Kishore, I think is one of those very talented actors who's been, I like, not just him as an actor, he's very intense, but he's also someone who's into green earth and into farming and agriculture, and he's someone I've spoken on. I've not had any scenes with him as such, but when I did meet him, I told him I'm very interested in what you're doing, and I think he's a very, very intense actor and he's good. Aishwarya, I think all of you know, right? She's great to work with, and I think you'll love her in this film. You'll love her or you'll hate her, but you can't ignore her.
Hey, Vikram, another good, right? First of all, thank you so much for accepting these roles, right? You are new heroes of.
You have to be extremely fit to do a period film to begin with, to carry the armor, to even ride the horse, to do all the action, and the speed which Manisa shoots. What you shoot in 10 days will be shot in 4 days here. So imagine you should be like an athlete to be able to do it. So it's a lot about physical fitness. But apart from that, I think my role was something which so many people wanted to do it. So there is no second thought about it. It's only the fear of doing it right and making sure it comes out well. And one more thing is when you do a classic something like this, which is written 70 years back, you will be remembered forever. This is a kind of a film where if you're just part of this film, you'll be remembered forever. You become a part of the legacy here. So I think that way we're all blessed that, our identities are very different now. So many people who call me BT, they call me AK and PS. So our identities change when you do a classic film, something like this. So that way we're all blessed, and it's definitely a sheer joy and learning. I would say this film put to test all that I've learned all these years. It definitely tested me as an actor. Thank you.
This question applicable to both Vikram sir also and you. So is there any for girls and for boys?
Girls, you're born beautiful. Boys, bathe in donkey's milk every day. If you can find a donkey. And of course, makeup helps and computer graphics. I'm sorry, I'm answering to you.
I think
You just think this
genes, like good genes.
Genes, apart.
And Tata Party. And I think just be happy, do what you want, don't think too much about what people think, say. It really helps. A lot of how you look is everything that's happening within you internally. And I've come to realize that over the last 5 years. So just stay happy and positive. It's hard, I know, don't take in too much stress and
As you said it, you started looking even more beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Last one question.
Sir, Vikram sir.
Of all times in India is because of a reason. He made it that way, that bigness and the way he did it, and that shocked us into his art. But Mani sir, what he thought is he wanted to make it as true to the book as possible, and also he was thinking because it's to do with a lot of our culture, and he wanted to make it as a reference point. Like when you think of Vande Devan, you should think of Karthi. This is what he wears. You think of Ravi Varman, you should only think of how he looks. See, here we could have worn a crown, we could have had armor, could have been in gold, and we could have had 100, 2,000 elephants. But what would have happened in reality then? He will be wearing leather. He's also a prince, but he will have leather. If you notice, he wears one outfit. Poor thing, I was a Tanila watch, but he's stiff-eyed, he became like this. If you notice, he'll keep on doing that. Say, why? He had only one. He's a crown's prince, but he didn't have a crown. He only has a turban. I'm also a prince, but I had only one jewelry, because we want to stick to reality. That's Mani sir's idea, but I think Bahubali worked for that, and Mani sir's worked for this. And they're two very different films. And I don't think we can compare or say that any of our characters was there in Bahubali. I don't think that makes sense. Because I've seen both. It's a very different movie, with due respects to your... Yes?
So my question is to everyone on the dais. Actually, I want everyone to answer this. So what are your thoughts about the kind of films that is made in Kannada industry? That is one question. And Trisha has already done a straight Kannada film with Ponniyin sir and all three gentlemen on the stage. And what are your thoughts about doing a straight Kannada film?
I would love to. I was supposed to in fact work with Puneet before he passed, and I really regret that. And every time I come here, my first thought is him because we were so excited about that film. It was called Dhulipala. So yes, if something is challenging, because I love that script, I love my character in it. So if something is as challenging as that, and like Vikram said, I mean, cinema is so global these days. Everything is watched by everybody. I would love to do a straight Kannada film. I'm very, very open to it. And sorry, your first question was...
What are your thoughts about the recent Kannada films that are being made?
Hats off. Starting from, KGF and then Kantara. I watched all of them. Kantara, in fact, twice. Hats off to you guys. You're making some great cinema. And it's like I said, since it's global, I'm so proud to be part of cinema. It's the right time to be in cinema.
Okay, thank you so much. We are concluding the question answer round. Thank you.
They are yet to answer actually. So Vikram sir, please.
I think you guys are rocking. The moment I saw KGF, I called Prasad and told him he did a fantastic job and we should work sometime in the future. Likewise, I think Trisha rocked it. It's very difficult to be an actor and to direct and to concentrate in the shoot. It's very difficult. I've directed some small stories and stuff. It's very difficult to do both. But he did both with such, such skill. And I thought the energy in that movie was beautiful. And I also watched about 2 or 3 times with my family. And I think your industry, KGF was, I think, the eye-opener for all of us because your industry is pretty small. But they could have thought, this is the budget, let's do this. But it's not like the first part did well, so let's do better this. The first part itself, you decided, let's do something big. That is a vision, and I think that worked. Kantara, on the other hand, was this dark horse that is a good film. You didn't realize how good it's going to go, but every state celebrated. Like I said earlier in Tamil, we love that film. I love especially the last 20 minutes. hats off to Rishabh and the team. It was beautiful. We love your films, and I think all of us would love to work in your films. I'm open to that. All of us are open. And like Trisha said, there's no language. It's the same.
I think it's a new way. They're rocking everywhere. I think would say start from Lucia, U-turn, then Garuda Kamna. I think all these films have been fabulous. They're completely redefining Kannada cinema, or the opinion about Kannada cinema. The performances are fantastic. The visual, like when Vikram, the visuals were so good. You wonder where were these people so far? Now suddenly everybody is doing fantastic work, and one after the other they're coming up with, just not one film and it went away, Kannada cinema is bringing with great films one after the other. I met Rishabh 2 days back. He said the part 2 or the prequel has already started. So I think they're doing a great job, and we're very proud. We're all very proud of that.
Can I also add?
Please, sir, please.
No, I think KGF, I'll answer it very short. What I witnessed, what I noticed, I would say KGF broke the language barrier in India. Kantara broke the religious barrier. I thought belief is the religion. I really thought. And to add on to that, not only Kannada movie, RRR is going global now, so everything is being broken, and there's one entity which I can see, and it is beautiful, and India is heading to that beautiful space where every one of us is going to be noticed globally, and Kannada cinema has contributed too much to that. Hats off to that, and I would like to act in a Kannada movie. And I'm sorry, to add on to that, the love that you shared for PS1, the press and media, you came to Chennai, you gave us so much love and supported us. And for PS2, I heard you guys arrived there and there was some mishap. As a team, we would like to say sorry for that. In spite of that, you are here to support us and to show your love. That shows your nature. Hats off to you all. And please keep supporting us. Thank you so much.